Hello guys, welcome back. Now in today's video, we're going to go over the developer message. Now this is a blog post that they just published on today, on the 16th of February, and it goes in conjunction with the close ending of the closed beta 2 registration. And now from today to the day of the CBT2 release, which is the 19th, from today onward and probably even further after the release, you people that registered gonna have a chance to be invited into the closed beta test. And you can check your status if you got invited or not from the main website. You go there, you log in, and you click the big black button that says check your status, check your CBT status, and it's going to tell you if you are in or not yet, right? You might be invited even after the closed beta 2 starts. So it's not like, within 2 days, right? So keep that in mind. It's going to be updated once a day at 6 p.m. I believe it's going to be updated, so you don't have to check multiple times a day. Just check once a day and go on, right? So now this is the message they posted. Some of these information are probably going to be the same as what we knew from the developer interview. That video that they released was like 20 something minutes. So if you don't want to watch the video, this is probably like a digest version of the update, right? So this is a sneak peek of what they did in the past 6 months. Now, they go over the story revision. Stories are a crucial part of the world. We removed settings that were deemed unsatisfactory. With the above changes, necessary modification also needed to be made to the overall story flow, animation, voiceover, and other resource. I remember, if I remember correctly, on top of the skip function that you can do on the game now, so you can skip if you want, which is nice, because a lot of people don't want to necessarily pay attention to a story bit. Maybe they want to replay it later, or maybe they don't care. They need to be able to skip. On top of all of this, I believe they said that they remade 90% of the story, right? So that's a lot. That's a lot. They did a lot of. They worked really, really hard. So in the game now, it's in a much better state. So they talk about the story. They also show they did they changed the voiceover, the resources, they remade everything, and now they show us a little bit of gameplay here with like certain scenarios. The scenario looks pretty good. I also enjoy the movement. Something that I would have to say as a feedback, I think they still could make the character design a little more crazy, a little more over the top, a little more recognizable, right? Because sometimes I know that this is not the vibe, because PGR and Wuthering Waves have their own vibe, the Kuro vibe, which is perfectly fine for me. But personally, when it comes to, if you look at it from a business standpoint or from like a publicity standpoint, you want this character to pop off. You need this character to be remembered. You want this character to be recognizable instantly, right? Like, for example, you pick like popular gachas like Genshin or Honkai. You see Kafka, you go like, oh, that's Kafka, right? Or you see like, I don't know, Raiden Shogun, right? So the design, it's while still fine, and I think it's fine and it's really good. I think they could do a little bit more. I think they could go a little harder, right? Because right now they're like 7, 8 out of 10 design. They need to go 9, 10. They need to go 9, 10. IMO. They don't have to, but it would be probably make the game a little more popular, which is what everybody wants. We want the game to be popular, successful. We want Kuro to make a lot of money so they can do a lot of content, right? We want that. So that was the story. And then they did some improvements to combat and extra stuff to do in the world. They go more into detail in the interview. And if you want to watch the interview, I made a recap on my channel. It's much faster to watch. It's like 7 minutes instead of 20. So they talk about the combat system from the previous beta was well received by the community. The combat is really, really good. Using as the foundation, we have made optimization to the overall combat loop experience centered around the skill, intro skill, and outro skill. Now, this doesn't show this here, but it shows it in the interview, and it's basically when you swap out of characters, right? You have 3 or 4 characters, and when you swap out, you don't just swap out. You swap out and into a skill, right? So the character A going away is going to do a skill, go away, and the next character is going to come back with an intro skill. The character switching off is going to do an outro skill, and the character coming in is going to do an intro skill, which makes the overall combat loop and flow go way smoother, right? It's gonna feel like very dynamic. So that's, I really like that. When I saw it, was really good. They also improved more animation and character skill effects. For example, on Chisha, they shown her combat, her like dodge roll and the shooting was way more smoother. Even though it was fine in the past, they made it even smoother, right? So yeah, experience centered around intro skill and skill. Detailed adjustments were made to aspects such as character skill effect, general combat mechanics, screen shaking, yep, camera lock on, yeah. They talk about this in the interview in way more detail. So if you want to know more, go check that. The resonator have been introduced into the game for players to experience. So now we can use Zhengxin, Lingyan, and Calcaro. I think it's Kakarot, right? I don't know why it's called like this. I think it's Kakarot, the guy with the JoJo stand, Lingyan, and Zhengxin. I think Zhengxin is the fighter. I don't know who Lingyan is. But yeah, it's been introduced into the game for players who are, oh, Lingyan is... no, I don't know, actually. Well, let me know. Do you know who Lingyan is? Along with 3 bosses, Impermanence Heron, Mech Abomination, and Tempest Mephis, plus a new phase for Scar. So Scar is the guy, right? So 3 new bosses and a new phase for Scar, which is pretty good. So we can enjoy that on the closed beta too. While reducing the complexity for players to gain the know-how of the in-game combat system, we also added higher difficulty elites and the tactical hologram calamity game modes placed around various areas of the map, which greatly reward players that are seeking for challenge. This is the tactical hologram. There's gonna be like a triggerable world boss that you can fight in an arena. I don't know if it locks you in or if it de-aggroes if you leave, in case you're like getting destroyed, right? I think it's just you can leave and the guy de-aggroes, but you can do that and it gives you like materials, or maybe you can capture the echo as well. Our goal is for players, regardless of skill level or appeal for action games, to become engaged as quickly as possible and fully experience the smooth and satisfying combat the Wuthering has to offer. Graphic quality improvement, yeah, they saw the graphic quality improvement, and they did a great job so far. Way more vibrant, way more details. The mood is correct depending on the biome. They have also added the weather phenomena like etheric sea, celestial anomaly, retroact, rain, unique to the world of Wuthering Waves. So on top of probably normal weather condition, they're going to have extra ones, special ones, depending on where we are. We're going to have different like weird weather condition, which helps with immersion and the vibe of overall of the ambience of the game, right? So graphics, huge improvement. If you see the CBT1, it was like really weird. It was like, ooh, everything was depressed and desaturated. So there's big improvements. Now, finally, they also talk about the new system that I think it's exclusive to Wuthering Waves, right? Because this echo is like Pokemon capturing. Like you fight the boss, and when he dies, or a monster, when he dies, there is a chance that they leave behind their soul, let's say, that you can capture with your accessory thing. And now, after you do that, you're going to have like a Pokédex, going to have like a gallery where you can choose which one or which couple of like 4 of these echoes you want to bring with you, and you can become them briefly during certain skills. You can even capture a couple world bosses that you can transform into to counter the actual boss special attack. So for some characters you will be able to switch into the boss mode, counter him, and I think you will be only able to do that if you have the specific echoes. And in this part of the article, they go over the improvements on the echo. The interface is going to be better, the way of capturing the echo is going to be better. They also added a shiny version they have that makes the echo have like crazier stat, like bigger stats, but also probably is way more rare, right? So on top of that, they also mention like a special field that's called Tasted Field. After obtaining an echo for the first time, the chances of reobtaining it in the same tasted field will be increased the more you challenge it. So after you capture it the first time, if you redo this in-game mode, the fight is going to be, it's going to have a higher chance of getting the echoes, because you can get more echoes and combine them and evolve them. So the whole system is probably going to be explained a little more when we actually get to play it. But for now, that's what's up with the echoes. I think there is also a, last but not least, or for the first time, limited time in-game events such as the Depth of the Elusive Realm and Overdodge Club Track Challenge will also be available for experiencing in CBT2, which this is I think it's a roguelike mode, similar to Elysian Realms, if you guys played Honkai Impact 3, and it's probably going to be the exact same. After you clear the stage, the room, you will be presented with two or three option door, and you can choose whichever you want and progress and add buffs or debuffs or condition to the next room, and until you reach like the final floor and you fight the boss or something, right? As the game is currently in development phase, some of the content players will experience still work in progress build, which may lead to unpleasant gaming experience. I know, it's fine, it's closed beta, we know that. Players will find some voiceover content for the characters and storyline absent within the game, but rest assured that we are working on it, yeah. Player participating in the beta test from mobile device may be experiencing increasing power consumption, overheating, and other issues for certain devices. Cross-platform performance, various UI interfaces, and in-game text localization, existing voiceover will also undergo some further optimization. So that's it, right? So it's cool that they have cross optimization. It's going to be nice. It's probably going to be really, really fun. So I hope that we all get into closed beta. Go check now. You have probably realistically like a week. If you don't get invited in a week, I think that's Jover, right? So that's it. Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more Wuthering Waves. Hopefully I get added into the closed beta. If I get added into the closed beta, I will spam the hell out of this game. I will stream it every day. I will make videos about it. So if you are interested in me covering Wuthering Waves, subscribe, okay? So thank you for watching and see you next time.